in some with both. I can hear you, Jeff. Can you hear me? Okay.
Westfield Memorial Hospital provides high-quality health care to residents of Western New York, offering patients the most sophisticated medical advancements while keeping the ease and familiarity of a community hospital. Support for Chautauqua Sunrise has been provided by WRFA 107.9 FM, Jamestown's public radio station, streaming online 24/7 at WRFALP.com. Low power to the people. Meter's Restaurant, a family tradition for over 50 years in downtown Ripley, is a proud supporter of Chautauqua Sunrise. Meter's provides all-day dining, banquet services, and custom catering, specializing in pie.
Funding for Chautauqua Sunrise is provided in part by the County of Chautauqua Industrial Development Agency, with offices in Jamestown and Dunkirk, helping businesses to prosper throughout Chautauqua County. For more information on how the CCIDA can assist your business, visit choosechq.com.
From supporting people with disabilities to enjoy great lives to providing health care services that are available to anyone, the Resource Center has been improving our county for more than 60 years. Learn more about how the Resource Center makes a positive difference in people's lives.
The Hofbräu House in downtown Buffalo invites all our friends from Chautauqua County to experience craft beer, Bavarian food, and live entertainment. Check us out on our Facebook page and website for family-friendly events throughout the year.
From the Access Chautauqua Studios in Mayville, it's Chautauqua Sunrise. Chautauqua Sunrise is hosted by Doc Hamels and supported by the award-winning volunteers at Access Chautauqua. We are here to share local news, colorful interviews, and events of interest to everyone. Chautauqua Sunrise is broadcast live Saturday mornings each week from 9 to 10 a.m. Send events via email or call us live. Check us out on YouTube and Facebook. And now, from the Access Chautauqua Studios, it's Chautauqua Sunrise.
We're sitting here laughing at some of the scenes from different shows. Good morning, everybody. Hope you're doing well on this frosty October morning. Well, hope you're all doing well, and it's a beautiful day out there. I was driving in from Ripley, and the sun was low in the sky. So if you're coming from the west going east, have your sunglasses and drop your visor on your vehicle, because that sun was like right here and it was like burning my retinas out. But I think it's a little bit higher by now, Randy. Randy, you're in the studio with me today. This is interesting. Hey. So you forgot how to do it. Well, so far so good. At least we're on the screen. So if you're out there driving, be careful of a few things. The sun was really quite bright, and I saw some ground fog out there, so you might be alert out in the fields. Also, I want to. So let me go back a little bit. What would you say? I'll get to the deer. That's number 4 on my list. Oh gosh. So good morning wherever you are in the world. As you know, we stream live, and I know that we see folks dropping in from Ukraine and Belgium and Holland, down in the Philippines, across all over the United States. So glad you could carry us with you wherever you are. And today we have a fun show in store for you, a show that has been near and dear. The topic and the director are near and dear to my heart as far as history goes, and we'll get to that in a little bit, but really a fun thing that we're going to be talking about soon. Natalia, over in Ukraine, be safe. I wish I had other things to say to you. I feel like I say this every single week, but please be safe out there and all your friends. I know this thing continues there with the crisis, and we hope it comes to a quick end. All right. Also, good afternoon to all my listeners on WRFA 107.9 Low Power to the People, Tuesdays at 1 o'clock. you can listen to yourself on the radio. Okay. Thanks for joining us. The topic we're going to be discussing is something that maybe many of you down in the Jamestown area know about, so check us out. Throughout the show, give us a call if you want. You have a question, a comment, your organization has a fundraiser or whatever. Give us a call at 716-753-5225. Or if we are already done for the day, because at 10 o'clock they shut me off, you can email us at chautauquasunrise@gmail.com, okay? And we'll get your announcement on the air if it fits the FCC rules. Every once in a while I get my hand slapped. I get a little bit outside of the guidelines and they have to reel me in. But we do have guidelines and things that we have to follow. So anyways, we'll do what we can. Basically, we can't be too commercial and we have to be careful how we phrase things. But other than that, give us a call if you want or email us throughout the week. All right, so the drought is more or less over in the lake area, over in Ripley, Westfield, Fredonia. I say mostly because I'm not sure what the status is. I can only speak to the Ripley thing. But the reservoir was way down. And we had the good fortune, I think I mentioned it last week, and I had an update since then. But I'm making this up now because I don't know the exact number. But somewhere between 400,000 and 500,000 gallons of water was pumped out of Lake Erie and brought to our reservoir in Ripley by the fire trucks from like 10 or 11 different companies. So thank you, thank you, thank you. And various merchants, including one of my underwriters, Meters Restaurants, supplied, I believe, food and refreshments to keep the troops moving and going, because it was quite an ordeal. And we're very, very thankful for our communities pulling together. And say what you want to say in this world. When the things get tough, people, at least in our county, get together and work together, including even people from down in Northeast Pennsylvania, our good friends down there across the border. They came in and assisted. So people are good, no matter what we read in the newspapers or see on TV or whatever. I would say 99.9999% of the folks that we all know and live with are great people and happy to help each other. I always talk about my particular pond. That's sort of an indicator of where things are. I bet it's up over a foot, Randy. Probably maybe even a foot and a half. I mean, that's how much rain we got. And that was quite a bit. My wife pointed out, she says, if this was snow, how much snow it would be? And I thought about it for a while. It would have been 4 or 5 feet of snow. I think an inch of rain is a foot, something like that. And I know we probably got a good 4 inches or more of rain. So I'll take the rain. We needed it. And it just came a lot at the same time. We just can't control things, I guess, doggone it. But grateful for rain. And it's supposed to be a nice weekend, I believe. And no rain in the forecast for a few days. Probably on Halloween, but we'll see. It's always that way. All right, by way of information, early voting starts today. I don't know what time. What time? Do we have a time?
9 o'clock.
9 o'clock. Started just a minute ago or two. I know there's a number of places. I know them all over at the Board of Elections, up in Dunkirk.
I'm at the Board of Elections, Mayville Park.
Oh, Mayville Park. All right. Mayville Park. Oh, in that building there. Okay. Nobody tells me anything. Anyways, you can go on site, the Board of Elections site for Chautauqua County. Look it up and they'll have all the sites. But I know definitely the mall are, because our cameraman, Justin Burt, he's on the job right now. And if you're interested, vote early. Okay. Jeff had said in my earpiece while I was talking about things, be alert of, deer are now in season in rut, and I don't know how many people I know that have hit a deer this year. I think it's all-time high. I don't know. When I'm driving in the country, I'm scanning the fields, both sides, because you might say, well, the deer would be right there. No, sometimes they're going like 80 miles an hour across the field, and you can see them coming, so just be alert. And also the hunters are going to be out there soon. Jeff, bow season right now? I don't know what season it is.
Yeah, bow season starts October 1st.
So we're in season for bow archery.
And it runs through the third Saturday in November when gun season starts.
All right, so we are definitely in a deer hunting season. And so why do I mention that? Obviously, because there's hunters along the road. And also as they're chasing or putting the chase on the, what do they call that? They put on the drive. They're driving the deer. I have to remember my hunting terms here. They're driving, they're pushing the deer wherever to the hunters. They might be crossing the roads and we don't even realize it, and they're coming at you at high speed. So just be aware if you're out in the country. Also, let's see, I can never do this right. It's my other hand. Over here, we have our pink bow there to remind us that it is Breast Cancer Awareness Month. And I encourage everybody, please, 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 if you have any concerns, even if it's wrong, it's okay. Get checked out, get your mammograms, men as well, if you have any concerns. Early prevention is really the name of the game, and a lot of people survive because of that. All right, while I'm talking, Jim Kurtz, I know you're watching. If you want to call in and tell us about your 1 million penny drive for the Chautauqua Purple Heart Trail, give us a call. I got your information here, but I always like to hear from you. So Jim Kurtz, give us a call, 716-753-5225, and we'll take your call at any point in the time in the show, okay? So meanwhile, back at the ranch here, I want to give you some other information. All right, this is over at the Ridge Lene, the Rocky Horror Picture Show to screen at the Ridge Lene Center for the Arts, Halloween night. The Ridge Lene Center for the Arts will present their annual screening of the Rocky Horror Picture Show at 10 p.m. This is pretty crazy. The cult film is celebrating its 50th anniversary this year. In the movie, sweethearts Brad and Janet, I'm not going to say all their names, stuck with a flat tire during a storm, discover eerie mention of Dr. Frankenfurter, a transvestite scientist. As their innocence is lost, Brad and Janet meet a house full of wild characters, including a rocking biker and a creepy butler. Oh, Meatloaf is the biker. I didn't know that. Through elaborate dances and rock songs, Frankenfurter unveils his latest creation, a muscular man named Rocky. So the Rocky Horror Picture Show is rated R. It's 108 minutes long. Now, here's the information here that's interesting. All right. Patrons are encouraged to arrive early for costume contests, an auction centered on Rocky Horror first-time viewers, and a demonstration of the time warp dance. I don't know any of this. I guess I missed this one. I was busy having a family, I guess. This year, the showing will feature a full shadow cast of performers who will be acting out the movie in full costume. Keeping with the tradition of the late-night showings of the film, the audience can participate throughout the show using props and items to interact with what is happening on screen. Several long-time Rocky Horror fans will be planted in the theater, shouting out and callbacks during the movie. I don't know what any of this means, but this is like crazy fun, it sounds like. So if you're interested, $15 before fees, whatever that means. The theater box office is open Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, 12 to 5 p.m. Of course, you can always go online. That's at the Ridge Lene, and the doors open at 9 p.m. So if you're a Rocky Horror Picture fan, this is your time. All right, Jeff, slide 16, spooky events. All right, the City of Dunkirk Youth and Recreation Department to host Boo Bash. The City of Dunkirk Youth and Recreation Department will be hosting a Halloween Boo Bash on Thursday, October 30 from 4 to 6 in the Stearns Building and Stearns Court for local kids. This event will feature trick-or-treating with your various departments, arts and crafts, refreshments and goodie bags, and free hot chocolate. Almost said hot dog. Free hot chocolate available at Central Station Restaurant. Be sure to wear your best costumes. If you have any questions, give them a call at 366-9877. All right, travel back in time to a spooky Victorian hotel where mystery and mayhem are afoot. Interact with a cast of characters as they try to solve the mystery of the hotel owner's demise. Enjoy light hors d'oeuvres and 2 complimentary drink tickets with admission price. Wine, beer, and 9 non-alcoholic beverages available. Anticipated runtime is 90 minutes per show. Where is this? What am I looking at? All right, so that's part of the Boo Bash thing. So tickets are $20. So you can check that out. Go to the City of Dunkirk and look that one up. So they have something going on for adults. All right, there's something going on at the Fall Fest at Lilydale. All right, this is taking place today and tomorrow. Let's see. It's hosting a Fall Fest with great fun, learning, and healing. Activities include spirit investigations, historical ghost walks, spirit photography. Yeah, Randy, that's right up your alley. Table tipping, broom building, and spoon bending, and dual sound crystal bowl healing. Okay. Midway State Park Fall Fest. Let's see, what else we got here? They have our fall festival today, the 25th, from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. All right, and then we have the city of Jamestown has a Halloween River Walk trick or treat on the trail. The fourth annual Halloween River Walk trick or treat event will be held today from 5 to 7. The spooky trail runs from Panzarella Park to the Washington Street Bridge. Enjoy free hay rides along the Riverwalk. Plenty of treats for all of our little trick-or-treaters. All right, moving along. Okay, do you think Medicare is a scary topic? Then join the Chautauqua Aging Services for a frightfully good time at our Medicare is Scary Forum. With Medicare open enrollment just around the corner, they will start, not me, with a 1-hour presentation to help you navigate this scary time of year. Additionally, individual plan discussions are advisable following the presentation. Just bring your Medicare card, list of medications, and your email address. This is taking place Friday, October 31st, from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. Where? The Chautauqua Center in Jamestown at 107 Institute Street, 3rd floor. No registration is required, but there is limited seating. Since it's Halloween, anyone dressed in a costume will be put in for a door prize. Sounds like fun. This is a crazy time of the year. I don't know about y'all, but I get like 7 spam calls a day from Mary or Elaine or somebody that wants to tell me all about insurance, plus all the mailings that we get, plus everything on TV. So it's that time of year where they're trying to get your business. All right, so if you want, check that out. Moving along. The holidays are quickly approaching, and the Chautauqua Chamber is running some exciting holiday-themed programs throughout the months of November and December coming up. So you got your holiday window decorating contest. They're excited to bring back the popular county-wide window decorating contest open to all locally owned businesses and organizations. This annual event is free, and we are excited to kick off the holidays with some festive windows and facades. To make sure voters and shoppers can see everyone who is participating, we will all again create a Google map with all the participants of the window decorating contest. It's a great time of the year to visit all of the businesses here in Chautauqua County. All right, so you can check that out. Remember, Small Business November. It's Small Business Saturday, may be the Super Bowl for small businesses everywhere. And this year, they're kicking off an extra notch. We will be celebrating, they will be, our member retail and restaurant businesses with a month-long online game pass that will encourage shopping throughout the county. Users will have an opportunity to gain points through the pass by shopping at local businesses, with additional points added on Small Business Saturday, November 29. So they'll have a limited number of Shop Local CHQ gift card prizes available for customers who visit and claim their points. More information coming soon, okay? And did you know that they sell over $70,000 worth of Shop Local CHQ gift cards? Over $40,000 last year was sold just in the month of December alone. So why am I telling you this? Because you can get a gift card, you can give it as a gift, you can give it, put it in your pocket and use it if you ever need it down the road, and go shop at some of the local shops here in Chautauqua County, because they're really cool. All right, and they have some like one-of-a-kind things that you may want for the holidays or a birthday, anniversary. Chautauqua County has lots of great shops, so check it out. Shop local. All right, finally, slide 18. Okay, this is, hang on a minute, I want to make sure I'm on the right track here. You know what? It says the National Comedy Center, United States Museum, and National Archive dedicated to the art of comedy announced jointly with Ben Stiller that is now the home to the career archive of legendary comedy duo Jerry Stiller and Ann Mira. Donated by Ben Stiller and the Stiller family, the archive spans more than 5 decades of creative collaboration, documenting the evolution and impact of one of America's most enduring comedic partnerships. The Archives donation to the National Comedy Center coincides with the release of Nothing is Lost, Ben Stiller's deeply personal, a new documentary about his parents' lives and legacy, which debuts yesterday on Apple TV. Throughout the film, materials from the archives are featured, offering audiences a rare look at the couple's creative process and working relationship. Okay, so that's really cool, and you can check that out at the National Comedy Center. Okay, we're going to take a little breather, and we'll be right back. And Jim Kurtz, if you're watching, call. We'll be right back.
Is getting vaccinated on your to-do list? We can help you check it off because we make getting vaccinated easy. You've got this because we've got you. To learn more, visit yougotthis.usaging.org.
And we're back. I never quite know. There's this little tiny pause in there. All right. I want to welcome back to the show Jessica Dayton, the Executive Director of Chautauqua Safety Village. Good morning, Jess.
Good morning.
How long have I known you? Forever, it seems.
Oh, it seems like forever, even before the Safety Village days.
Yeah. I know. Oh, that's right.
Yes.
We're a team. I
Yeah.
forgot about I was your boss.
You were absolutely.
I forgot
yeah.
about that. Oh, my gosh. So it's just great to have you here. And I try to get you guys on here from time to time just to talk about all the good work you're doing. How long have you been with the Safety Village now? As boss.
I joined the Safety Village team in 2017 and as the associate director. And when the previous director moved on in 2018, I stepped into that role.
So you've been there 7 years as the boss lady.
Yeah, time flies. It's gone so
I
fast.
would not have guessed that.
Yeah.
Really, I wouldn't have. All right. So, and before that, you were a volunteer, I think.
I
right?
was, yeah. I volunteered.
Was there
and helped plan
somebody
events.
with you that was like your sidekick with the makeup and scary stuff? Or my
Well, lots of people. We had lots of people that were helping with that stuff.
Oh, my
when
gosh.
we were back in our haunted house days.
Oh my gosh.
Yep.
Oh, you know, and I remember you guys putting this crazy gel on me that looked like blood. And you were like you were like in heaven. I mean, you were just plastering me with all this gooey stuff, and you had me out in the woods. Remember with the chainsaw? And,
Yes.
and then there was another time I had this mask on. Remember, I sat there like a statue with this rubber mask, and I think I lost 3 pounds that weekend just from sweat. It was unreal.
We've had some interesting fundraisers.
Absolutely, you know,
a lot of fun
zombies and
ones as
everything.
well.
So, before we get too deep into what's going on right now, the Safety Village has been around how long?
We've been open for classes since 2010, so 15 years.
Oh my gosh!
We're starting our 16th year of programs.
Congratulations.
Thanks.
You know, we were talking before the show that personally I've been involved with the show the program before the program was the program.
Right?
And it wasn't because it was one of those things I was looking for. It was sort of like one of those I was delegated by my boss at the time at BOCES, Skip Mino, and said, "Would you represent me?" Because Joe Gerasi has this idea and about a miniature safety village, and I'm thinking like something on a tabletop or something. I don't know what it was.
Yeah.
And well, long story short, it seemed forever to get this program up and running, and I was the regional administrator at the youth center at the time. And Joe and Skip came to visit one day, and they were looking around the grounds, and they were thinking where they could put this safety village of some sort. And so they kind of put it in my lap, and I said, well, look, why don't you just put it out front, and it's easy to supervise. Security is great. Buses can drop it off. And next thing I know, that was agreed upon. And we broke ground, and I've told you this before, I think, but I have another family member that was involved. My son Justin brought in the dozer from conservation and ceremoniously dropped the bucket and broke ground and started the whole project that one particular day. I don't even remember. I think it was in October.
Okay.
I think it was just before I left as regional administrator. I think it was 2002 maybe, something like that. And from there, of course, it slogged on for a while, took forever, and then somehow or another, it just took off. One thing at a time, and I know Terry was very much involved, Robert Holcomb from the Sheriff's Department, and then, of course, you have really taken it to the next level. And I was on the board of directors for a long time, and very, very, very proud of all the work y'all have been doing. I mean, just one of those things when you think of your own career, and I think that's right up there with the top 2 or 3 things that I've done outside of my, regular job, and that was really great. So what's the whole premise of the Safety Village, and why is it there? What do you do?
The Chautauqua Safety Village is all about reducing unintentional injuries or accidental deaths in our region. And the reason why it's important for anybody that's not aware is it's really significant that we have one here in Chautauqua County. There are only approximately 26 safety villages in the United States. And what a safety village is an immersive learning experience. So we get people that come to the Safety Village. We start programs at pre-K and we go all the way through adulthood with different topics. And they participate in some educational sessions, say bike safety, traffic safety, poison safety, scooter safety, all sorts of things. Our premier program is our fire safety program. And then after they learn the skills needed to stay safe in certain situations, like whether kids are out there riding their bike, how to use hand signals, how to make sure it's safe, your bike is safe to ride, helmets, things like that, they get to practice what they learned.
Let me jump in.
Yes.
I'm a biker.
Yep.
Bicyclist, not
Okay.
a motorcyclist,
Okay.
a bicycle. And I got almost 2,500 miles to my credit now over the last several years.
Uh-huh.
Jeff is a biker. Randy's been a biker. We've done rides for Roswell. I bring this up because when I drive around with my wife throughout the county, I actually evaluate bikers.
It's a hazard of my job too. I do that as well.
Do you?
I do.
And I sit there and I go to my wife, now look at that bicyclist. He doesn't have a helmet and he's an adult. He should know better.
Yes.
I'll say, that person doesn't have a light on the back. And it's getting to be dusk. They don't have a
Yeah.
front light. They don't have, it's like, come on, people. You used the word, I just wrote it down, unintentional.
Yes.
In other words, this could be prevented if you think about it.
Right.
And it's like, this can happen because you're not aware of what you should be doing, perhaps.
Right.
And it can be preventable. So please, if you have a bicycle and you say, I'm not going to wear that stupid helmet, I know people that got hit from the rear, and I won't, actually, it was one of my guests years ago, and went flying head over heels and landed, and it was his helmet that saved his life. The helmet cracked.
Yes.
Okay, so it does save lives. The lights on the back, the blinking red lights, the light on the front. Our bicycles don't even weigh hardly anything, and there we are, totally unprotected with semis coming at us and everything else. It's okay, we share the road, and we should, and we can do it safely, but gosh, take the lessons and get out there with kids. And
Absolutely.
So what do you stress with young kids on bikes?
So
you said helmets, I heard
yes,
that.
we do helmet safety. We teach them hand signals,
Okay.
what to wear when you're riding a bike, when, all of the rules of the road when you're riding a bike, because, things like riding with traffic, and when kids are taught how to walk safely, they are walking against traffic.
Exactly.
So you're kind of,
I also critique walkers.
So we're really teaching them the rules of bike safety in general.
Yeah.
And so once we do that, we actually have a fleet of bikes up at the Safety Village and an outdoor training facility.
Nice.
And they get to go out and they get to practice the skills they just learned. So they will practice their hand signals on the bikes, one-way streets, crossing at railroad tracks, stopping with your bike, looking both ways, and then getting off your bike to walk it across the tracks, things like that. So everything they learn, they're practicing. And why that's significant is because we all, as human beings, learn better by doing.
Absolutely.
And when we can practice, then we remember those skills way more than if we just hear, somebody speak about them.
I know this is early in the discussion, but how does a student get to go to the Safety Village? How's that work?
So we partner with all of the area schools.
Oh, good.
And then we have schools from outside the county that come to us as well. We have schools that travel up to 2 hours away to come to us for
Like
programs.
Pennsylvania or something?
Yep. We Port Allegheny, PA brings kindergartners, and it's a 2-hour bus drive for 5-year-olds, and each way. So they're really committed to doing that with their kids. And so all of the school districts in the county County bring at least one grade level. Some districts bring multiple grade levels because our lessons build on one another every year that they come. And then we, for the general community, have open to the public days in the summer. So you can just sign in your child up for those safety programs.
Oh, wow.
And then the older they get, we offer babysitter trainings that every other month that the general public signs up for through our website.
All right, we'll come back to some of these things.
Yes.
All right, so what's your number one program at this point?
Fire safety.
Okay, let's talk a little
is
bit about
huge.
that. So again, let me go back to the word unintentional. That's just a terrific word to bounce off of, unintentional accident. So from an unintentional perspective, what do you teach in fire safety with kids?
As far as fire safety goes, we start very basic at the pre-K level, and we grow the program and teach them more as they grow, so that we're really meeting them right where they're at. And when we teach fire safety, we actually teach them some of the things they should know, like having an escape plan from their home with their family, having a meeting place outside their home, somewhere that they can all agree upon to meet at if there should be a fire in the house, knowing 2 ways out of every room, and actually showing them what smoke looks like and how smoke rises first. So the good air is at the bottom, so if they crawl, that's lower in the room, they have good air, lower in the room than they do higher in the room. If they are experiencing a lot of smoke in the home and there's a closed door, how to feel the door with the back of their hand.
So how do you
open
teach
it.
that?
We actually teach all the concepts in the classroom, and then we have a mock apartment that's
Okay.
built onto our classroom with a kitchen and a bedroom. And the kitchen contains a smoke machine that actually has smoke that comes from the ceiling, and it will show kids what that smoke looks like. They hear a smoke alarm, and they go to their meeting place. In the bedroom, we have a door that heats up to 105 degrees, so they can actually practice
How does that
feeling
work?
that. It's an electric heated door that we turn on.
Oh, wow.
And the kids get to feel that with the back of
So
their hands.
it's pretty realistic.
Very realistic.
Do the children get tense or scared or?
Sometimes, but we let them know that this is a safe environment and this is all for practice,
Okay.
and that that they're safe to practice here. And then if they're not able to get out one way because the door is hot and they shouldn't open it, then they can get out a second way of the bedroom at the Safety Village, which is a safety ladder. We have a safety ladder that goes down a half story, and it's probably about 6 feet tall. But the kids go out this bedroom window with our help and climb down the safety ladder, which is very wiggly and can be scary for kids. But we want them to practice those steps and practice those things. So should this happen in real life, they know, okay, I need to stay low under the smoke. I need to feel this door to see if it's safe to go out. And if the family does have a safety ladder and they can't get out the door, how to use that safety ladder to escape.
I was sitting here because I visited the village, of course, over the years, and I think that one particular aspect of the safety village of climbing through a window and dropping down 6 feet, I still trying to figure out how you did that architecturally. But I mean, literally, you're standing looking through a window, and there's somebody down below helping kids climb down a 6-foot ladder.
Yes.
That was genius. Whoever came up with that.
It really was. It was before my time, but it was absolutely fabulous. Everybody that was there at the beginning of the Safety Village, all of the work that they put into it, and in everything, the innovation that they had in creating this facility was huge.
You said there's 26 Safety Village
Yes.
today?
In the
I
United States.
think at the time there was only 2.
Okay.
I think the one in Waterloo, Canada,
Yep.
and here.
Okay.
And then I think there was some other small versions, but not at the scale level of what y'all have. How big is your Safety Village?
It's 3 acres. It's a 3-acre facility. We have an outdoor training grounds that is a replica of a miniature city with paved streets, sidewalks, traffic lights that work, railroad crossings, so that it actually immerses them in what it would feel like to be riding their bike in their community or walking in their community. And then we have a main education facility as well where the learning takes place.
So now, why do you call it a village?
Because it is a village.
Okay. Well,
The miniature city that we have is replica of a village, a town, and so that's that's a huge piece to that, is that we're teaching kids how to be safe within their villages, within their towns.
so what would
cities.
somebody see in the little village?
They would see working traffic lights, railroad crossings. We have little miniature replicas of buildings. So Walmart, Tim Hortons, JCC College. We have credit unions and banks and all sorts of different buildings that you would see in your normal town. We have sidewalks, and it's all to mimic what it'll be like when they're in their hometown, having a bike ride or walking to school.
Okay, if somebody's not familiar with this location and program, where is it located?
We're located at 2695 Route 394 in Asheville, and if you don't know that, we're recognizable by being on the campus of the Hughes Center, BOCES. They years ago, when you were at the Hughes Center, you graciously gave us a permanent lease for this location, but sometimes that does have some confusion associated with it. People tend to think we're a part of BOCES,
Right.
but we're not. They're just gracious neighbors, and they gave us a permanent lease to build our own nonprofit on that location.
Awesome. Okay, take a breath. Jim Kurtz took my
good.
invitation. So Jim, good morning.
Hey, good morning, Doc.
All right, I just felt strongly that you can explain your announcements more than I could. So I know you have a Million Penny Drive. What's that all about?
Okay, yeah, we're working on a Purple Heart Trail, which is going to start in Sherman and go down rails to trails to Mayville, and then down to Brockton, which is the end of the rails to trails, and it'll then go down to the Seaway Trail to Dunkirk.
Wow.
And at Dunkirk, we've got going to have park benches and statues and educational kiosks for the 771 Purple Heart recipients.
Holy cow.
And in Sherman, we're going to have the same benches and statues for 416 POWs and MIAs.
Oh, boy.
And what we're looking at is to collect 1 million pennies, kind of break it down to $10 a day for 1,000 days, or if we get there sooner, we'll keep collecting.
All right, sure.
And,
so Jim, as far as collecting pennies, that's a great idea because everybody's got pennies. We don't hardly ever use pennies anymore, right? Because everything is just rounded up or whatever. So where
they're talking about doing away with pennies.
I think they did do away with them. So where do they take their pennies? People that are listening.
They can drop them off, and if they just want to go ahead and write a check for, we're looking at $1 a penny a day for a year, which is 365. So if they want to honor their grandparents or their children or grandchildren, they can send it to Dunkirk Lighthouse, Box 69, or they can send it to the Village of Sherman, which is 629.
Okay. And but if they have pennies, they can drop them off there? I mean, if people want to actually give you pennies?
If they actually, or they can drop it off at my house at 121 South Erie Street.
All right.
Really thought they would write checks, but some people have been...
a lot of people, they just drop pennies in things like that, to bottles and things like that, and then when they get to a certain point, then they take it somewhere and get rid of them. So maybe that's a great way to collect some pennies. Jim, I'm gonna go out on a limb here as a Chautauqua Sunrise, and you know that I love pennies and coin collecting and stuff like that. So anybody that brings in pennies, that there's any wheat pennies in there, I will buy them at a premium.
Okay.
All right.
Keep that in mind.
As long as you don't get like a gazillion of them. But the wheat pennies are the ones that from 1958 back to 1909. And right. I will be happy to help donate money to put premiums on any of those. So if you get any, Jim, hang on to them and call me, okay?
Okay, thanks, Doc.
All right, well, you keep up the good work and keep me posted on what else is going on, okay?
Okay.
Thanks for
take care.
calling. All right, take care. Bye-bye.
Great show.
All right, bye-bye.
Bye.
Jim does a lot of work with the veterans in Chautauqua County, and they got a wonderful center over in the Mayville Cemetery with lots of dedicated bricks, I guess you call it, plaques of folks that are veterans, and they got the Purple Hearts and things like that. So just great work, Jim. So keep up the good cause there. All right. And another great cause, of course, is the Chautauqua Safety Village. So who teaches all this? I mean, who does this? Who does the work?
We have educators that work at the Safety Village. Right now we have Ashley Caruso, who's our lead educator, and Lisa McLaughlin, and who's the associate director. And then we hire a seasonal person as well when we have classes.
And are you teaching too?
I teach as needed, so not as many of the direct programs, except for the CPRs. I teach a lot of our CPR training for adults and that kind of thing. So we're a small but mighty team. With that amount of people, we see almost 6,000 people a year.
What? 6,000?
Yeah,
Holy
through our programs.
And you've been doing this for 15 years, probably close to that number or
Yep.
something like that? That's a lot of,
It's
lot of
a lot of
people's-
people.
Well, congratulations.
Thanks.
You know, and again, unsung heroes, in my mind anyways, of where you're doing this kind of work that, you know, in schools, I was involved with schools forever, and, you know, we touch on fire safety and the firemen come in, but this is way and far beyond the capacity of teachers and fire departments to do.
Yeah, and we follow the New York State's teaching standards with our lessons. So
Oh,
when
nice.
teachers come to us, they're able to check a lot of those things off of their list that they have to teach in
Right.
their curriculum each year.
Right.
But it's immersive, so it's not it's not just a lesson that they sit and listen to for an hour. And I think that's the huge difference there. It's innovative.
So you prepare them, you show them some things, teach them some skills, and then they go do.
And they practice. Yes.
Okay, excellent. I want to just say with the fire safety, and then we'll go on to others. Success stories. Anything that you want to share that things worked out really well in the end?
Oh yeah, absolutely. We've had the Pesher family in Asheville that the daughter, Madeline, had come to the Safety Village, and this was back in 2012, but they'd come to the Safety Village. She had learned fire safety and traffic safety, and we encouraged kids to go home and make a safety plan with their families, and she had done that, and the family sat down and made a safety plan, how to escape their home, where their meeting place was, all those things. And a short while later, they had a fire in their home, and they were able to use the safety plan that they made and escape route that they made together to get out of the house safely.
Wow. You know, even to this day, I am an MC for so many different events throughout the years. And just after I introduce myself, I immediately go to, in the event of an emergency,
Yes.
here are the exits, because it's the work I did with the Safety Village over the years. I mean, it's just part of my DNA now. And I even at home, you know, my wife and I talk about, well, you know, if something were to happen, fortunately, we got like 5 doors on our house, and there's like windows everywhere. So, I mean, in a ranch. So,
Yes, right.
When in doubt, jump.
But being prepared, even
Absolutely.
as an adult, is so important, and that prevents so much of the emergencies that can happen.
Right. So then you talked about bike safety. So
Yes.
the kids actually ride their bikes. When we talked about all that. CPR. Tell me about that a little bit.
Yeah, so we are a CPR training site through the American Heart Association, and we're all certified CPR instructors. And anybody that needs certification in CPR first aid or basic life support, general CPR, we provide that training and that 2-year certification at our facility. And this was something that was started, I believe, in 2014, 2015. And we'd see probably like 100 to 200 people a year. And this last year, we saw over 800 people
What?
with 3 to 4 people.
This
training
is in
during the
addition to
day.
the 6,000 kids.
That's included in that
okay.
all together, but no, this is 6,000 total people that
Okay.
we see.
Okay.
But a good 800 of those were for CPR.
All right. So if I'm not mistaken, if I had a business and I had 10 employees, I could bring my employees over for CPR training if
Absolutely.
it was appropriate.
Yes.
And nowadays everything's appropriate. I mean, yeah.
And it's really so important because CPR is providing help to someone for the in-between time that you call 911 from the emergency occurring to them arriving. And
Right.
that's what we're training, is how to help someone between help arriving and calling
And
911.
I was sharing a story that was very sad, but I was involved with a situation. I won't go into the details, but I was using CPR on someone, and my skills were pretty rusty. And as soon as that situation was over, I think it was within a couple of weeks, I got my certification back up to snuff and learned the more up-to-date techniques and what to do and what not to do, even though I did most of it, but it wasn't what the standard is today. So I
Right.
think I'm up to snuff now.
Yeah.
And you just said what that just resonated with me is when you're doing the CPR as an individual, a good Samaritan, you are keeping the heart and the electrical impulses going until somebody can come in with the AED.
Yes.
Or what? Do you do the AED
We
training?
do. Yes, that's
Okay.
a part of it.
Okay.
And many, like the schools need to have an AED, like near sports
Oh, yeah.
fields and things like that now. Many organizations and businesses have them there. So the AEDs are a part of that training.
Mm-hmm.
And it can be intimidating to think of using, but it's absolutely your little best friend.
Right.
If you don't know how to give CPR, you can turn on an AED and it'll tell you what to do every step of the way.
Right. And in situations where there is no AED, doing the CPR, you are keeping that person going, to whatever that means, the heart pumping, whatever, and until the fire department gets there. And then they'll
Correct.
do the
Yep.
AED or whatever.
Yes.
So, as I said, from a personal story, I understand what this is all about. And any success stories there, any chance?
You know, in prevention, sometimes like if you hear of people that are like, thank goodness I've never had to use it,
Right. But
kind
felt
of thing.
prepared.
But they felt prepared to do so, and I think that's a good thing. You know, the more that we can know how to help, I think is preventable. You know, for death and loss of life. But one of the things I would like to shout out is to just make aware to the general community that women need CPR too. And I say that because
Women need CPR too. What do you mean by that?
so American Heart Association has done a lot of research, and women receive CPR less than men do.
Why?
And it might just be a comfort level with the
Okay.
chest area.
Really?
And so, you know, we talk about that in our classes. We've actually received grant funding to get female mannequins to kind of dissipate some of that fear surrounding that. But if a woman is in cardiac arrest, they need CPR just as much as a man
Absolutely.
does. And consent, if they are in that situation, is implied because a lot of, you know, issues surrounding consent, you know, can be, you know, a hard thing to think about. But if it's a life or death saving situation, absolutely give that CPR.
Yeah. I wouldn't think twice about it myself, but that's good to know. Whew. Good stuff. Gosh, good stuff. Okay. Let's see. We talked about fire. We talked about CPR, bike. Some about car seats. What's that all about?
So the Safety Village is a certified car seat
You got all kinds of
checkpoint.
programs.
We do. I mean, we started in 2010 with 3 programs. We've, you know, now have 13. So it's really grown over the last 15 years. But we are certified car seat technicians, and it's well known that you know, car seats can be very difficult to install, and the rules change with the different
I
size
let my
car
grandkids
seat.
show me, to tell you the truth.
It's crazy. You know, when my daughter was little, it was, you know, way less.
Yes.
And now, you know, the different seats with different stages, they have different rules. And making sure it's installed correctly is really important. You know, 3/4 of the people out there are doing something incorrectly just because, you know, it's impossible to know everything.
Right.
And so if you're ever unsure about whether it is installed correctly, you can call us at the Safety Village and make an appointment.
What's the number?
716-338 0170.
Wait a minute. 338-0170.
170.
All right, 338-0170.
Yes.
See that? I did it 3 times. I'm trained to do phone numbers 3
Yeah.
times.
And then also very important is we receive grant funds from Buckle Up for Life
Yeah.
to give people in need car seats that need them if they don't have the resources to purchase them themselves.
Okay.
So we do have a variety of car seats, and we work with Jamestown Fire Department and Police Department, Lakewood Bust-Eye Police Department, and the Sheriff's Department as well. And we just added Dunkirk Police Department too. So
Great.
all of those stations would have car seats, and they can check the installation on that.
Okay, you brought some visuals, so why don't we pop some of those up, Jeff, and we'll go from there. We still have about 10 minutes.
Okay.
Just a little less. So what do we got? Okay, thank you. Oh, your annual scary. Is this scary?
It's kid friendly.
Kid friendly.
Our scary days are over.
I remember some adults coming out of the haunted houses and they were shaking.
Yes.
Literally, they were shaking.
For quite a few years, we did adult haunted
All right,
houses.
so what's going on?
So this is our annual Halloween Fun Fair, Wednesday, October 29th from 4 to 7:30. And it is a fundraiser for the Safety Village. We are a nonprofit, so any funds you earned during this time will go directly towards our safety programs. But for $5, families can attend, wear their Halloween costumes, and then they can trick or treat at all of our 26 miniature buildings. So it's a safe environment. All of the businesses that sponsor a building, they provide a volunteer with candy to pass out candy to the community. And kids can leave there, with a full bag of candy. But also, we have bounce house, we have craft, we have train rides, we have all sorts of fun for the families.
And they get to visit the safety village too and have a
Yes,
look around.
absolutely.
Yeah.
So it's a really fun night for families, and it really helps us also raise much needed funds.
So $5 a person. So if a family, mom and dad, $5 a head.
Yep.
And then the kids as well. And
Yeah.
then 2 and under is free.
2 and under is free, and it includes all activities.
Okay.
So there will be food for sale, different food for sale and different opportunities, but all of the crafts and kid-friendly walk-through houses and things like that, that's all included in the trick-or-treating.
I'm very proud to tell you, and you know this, that the Westfield Mayville Rotary Club loves the Safety Village.
Absolutely.
We built the pavilion there years ago, and I was actually on the roof
Yep.
doing the shingling and other things. I've been everywhere. And they're going to be there in full force
They
giving
sure
out
will.
candy again this year. So it's been a great relationship with the two organizations, plus others. It's just one of many. But just personally, we were really happy to be able to do that.
And seeing a lot of the businesses come out like that and community organizations
Yeah.
supporting this, I mean, I always think to myself, it really does take a village, and a literal village for us, that people support, they come out.
Lots of
They really,
organizations,
want to make a good community event for these kids.
Folks, if you haven't been to the Safety Village, you really even if you just go over to visit sometime, it's so cool. Okay, so next slide. I didn't know what's on these slides, so let's see what we got here. Okay, what we got?
So this is just a little bit more information about the Halloween Fun Fair. If we do have membership purchases, so where you pay one fee for the entire year, and then you're included on all of our events. So we talk about that. It's going to be an outdoor activity, so dress for the weather, depending on what that is. It could be rainy, it could be snowy. Knock on wood, it won't be. It could be beautiful. So we also sell pre-sale tickets on our website, and then the event is sponsored, by 6 different businesses.
Do a
as
shout
well.
out. It's okay.
So it's Chautauqua Adult Daycare,
Yeah.
Wegmans, Southern
Nice.
Chautauqua Federal Credit Union, Artone, United Rentals, and Interlakes Federal Credit
Interlakes
Union.
is my credit union.
Oh, nice.
Perfect. Great to hear. All right, super. All right, next slide. How many we got? About 4?
This is the last one.
The last one. Okay.
Yes.
What do we got? What is this?
Because it's October Fire Prevention Month, it's one of something that I just wanted to share as a reminder to those in the community that they need to check their smoke alarms. You should be checking them monthly, but at the very least, when you change your clocks back or forward every year, you should check them, test them, make sure that they're working properly, and then replace them every 10 years. And the Safety Village does have a limited number of smoke alarms that are 10-year battery smoke alarms where you don't have to change those batteries for 10 years. But it's really important to check to make sure that they're working, especially as we go into the winter months where furnaces are going to be on. We're going to be using, way more electricity, things like that. It's just something that you should be aware of. Make sure you have working smoke alarms. in your home on every level and keep yourself safe.
You said you have smoke alarms available. What does that mean?
We do. So FEMA is a grant that we receive, and they have a smoke alarm program that we utilized. So we do have a limited number of smoke alarms at the Safety Village for people that need them free of charge.
Free of charge?
Yes.
Beautiful. All right. So they call that number?
Yes, and they can make an appointment for us to come
Are there hours
up.
that you're open, or probably call ahead?
Just call ahead, because we are such a small team. A lot of times we're out in the community giving programs, doing programs at the Safety Village, and I mean, we're generally there 8 to 4. It just depends on the day.
Okay. Can I tell you a funny story about
Yeah.
smoke alarms? So my smoke alarms are battery operated, and one day I hear this beep, 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 and I go, oh, it's the battery or whatever. So I take out the battery, I put a new battery, and it's still beep, 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 beep. And I take out the battery, and it's still beeping. I go, how is this possible? It's still beeping. So I called my brother up, because he had helped me put the things in. And he says, well, do this, do this. I said, Bob, I'm holding the smoke alarm in my hand, the battery in the other, and it's still beeping. How's this possible? You know what was beeping? I had my carbon monoxide beeper down below me just within like 5 feet. It was doing the beeping. I didn't realize it, and it was 10 years. It was done. So I pulled that baby out. So, anyways, it was kind of a crazy story. But yeah, if I'm cooking certain things, that smoke alarm will go off. I know they work, and it saves lives. So, any success stories? Well, we talked about the young girl that Madeline. You said her name was? And I suspect that probably people have been saved by these smoke alarms.
Absolutely.
As well.
And at one point we had carbon monoxide detectors with those smoke alarms.
Yeah.
And we had a volunteer go and install it in that person's home at the time that we were able to do that. And it immediately started going off. And so she was able to actually get that taken care of. So it was a situation where there was carbon monoxide in the home that this was able to help.
And you can't smell it.
No, you can't. It's odorless.
And I think it was last winter, a couple was found unresponsive, and they shipped them to Pittsburgh, and it was with all the snow we had, and it covered up their flute pipe or something, and the fumes came right back in, and they was close to death. So it can happen. Anything coming up in the future that you want to talk about?
We'll have, in December, a holiday celebration at the Safety Village where it's going to be based on holiday movies. And so it's a really fun Christmas event. Again, similar to the Halloween, we'll have activities and things like that families can participate in. We will have Santa Claus for pictures, lots of different characters.
Do we have a date for that yet?
This Saturday, December 13th.
December 13th. Okay. You gonna send me something on that?
I sure will.
All right. If you have a poster, we'll give me the week before. If
Absolutely.
You can. We'll be happy to do that. So that's coming up. It sounds like you're really oriented to community members and families in Chautauqua County. And it's nice because anybody, like you said, from the area, if people are right now are visiting and you come back from time to time, visit family, it's a great place to bring the kids, right? Yeah. All right. So that's the Christmas holidays. Anything else coming up?
Outside of that, and just our normal programs, next year we'll have additional events, different things. We usually started a soup and pie fundraiser in February.
Soup and pie?
Yes.
How's that work?
So it'll be like a soup cook-off contest and pie auction, just as a way to earn a few extra dollars for the programs that because we try to keep costs low for the community and provide that essential education.
From a corporate point of view, you have a board of directors, right?
We sure do.
And where do you get your members from? The community at large? Or?
Yes, yeah. Okay. We get them from the community at large. We utilize things like the Chautauqua Leadership Network. They have a lot of people that have been through those trainings. Any supporters, we like to have fire department personnel on our board, or law enforcement personnel, as well as business and community organizations.
Are you looking for volunteers at all, or need any help, or anything like that?
Yeah, we're always looking for volunteers to help at events. We are starting to recruit new board members as well. So if anybody's got a passion for safety and promoting the Safety Village in general, they can reach out to me at the number we provided, and
which is 338-0170.
That's right.
That was 5 times. So Jess, we're just about out of time. So how about one more time? What's your upcoming event this week coming up?
It is. It's on Wednesday, Halloween Fun Fair. kid-friendly family event from 4 to 7:30 on Wednesday, October 29th.
And
It'll be a lot
it's
of fun.
$5?
It is $5 a person.
From 3 on up.
Yes, yes.
And they're going to get lots of candy, and there's going to be, are there going to be cartoon characters running around?
Yep, we'll have Paw Patrol there. We have kid-friendly ghoul houses that they can walk through, like a little witches building and a Monster Mash building, things like that. So it's a fun experience.
Sparky the dog going to be there?
Sparky might make an appearance.
Okay.
Yes.
I know Sparky. Well, on behalf of the community at large, I just congratulate you on the great work you all are doing, and I'm so very proud of being, I call myself one of the uncles, I guess,
You
of
sure
the
are,
program, and just very pleased. So continue good success, and come back year after year after year after year and let me know what's going on,
Definitely.
okay?
Thanks so much for having me.
Okay, folks, you've been watching Chautauqua Sunrise. My guest today has been Jessica Dayton, the Executive Director of the Chautauqua Safety Village. Check them out, especially for Halloween. It's a great time. I've been there a number of times over the years, and the kids will love it, quite frankly, and other events that you have, okay? So, you can join us, and we're going to be here next Saturday doing it all over again from 9 to 10 on Access Chautauqua. You can check us out on Spectrum 1301 on Facebook, YouTube, forever. We're everywhere. Okay? Take care now, and we'll see you. Bye-bye now.